Welcome back to the MB Makes knitting channel. My name's Melissa and I'm the maker behind MB Makes. You can find me here on YouTube as well as on Ravelry and Instagram as MB Makes. Today I'm here with a regular podcast episode. As today is the 1st of April, I wanted to film my March podcast episode where I tell you all about what I finished and worked on during the month of March, and also a small part of acquisitions at the end of this video. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. And if you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And yeah, let's just get started. You probably already seen it, but I have a finished sweater that I am wearing today, and this is my port sweater by Ozetta. This has been on my needles since December of 2023, so for about 3 months, because I cast it on mid-December and finished it middle of March. So I've been able to wear it already for almost an entire week. I wore it to work, I wore it at home, I went to a quiz night in it. It's just a really cozy and nice sweater. I'll put up some footage where you can see it better, how it drapes on me, because it's quite nice and roomy. I knit the size large. I use my metal needles and use the recommended size, which is a 5.5mm needle for the stockinette. And I did use a smaller needle for the ribbing parts. I used my 5mm needles for that. Because I think in the pattern it just says to use the 5.5 for everything. But I like to go down a needle size to have a bit of a neater ribbing. I followed the pattern completely except for my sleeves. I shortened them a little bit, so I did omit, I think, 2 decreases for the sleeves. But yeah, as usual, I just try it on as I go and see how it looks. I didn't want it to hang over my hand, as the ribbing part on the sleeve is quite big as well, which I did want to keep. And the length is just perfect. If I stretch my arm, it's still, yeah, since this is a drop shoulder, the sleeves come quite far. Yeah, they're just the perfect length for me. They're quite wide, but I don't mind. I think I would find it a bit annoying, but actually I quite like it. I can just get cozy in it, wrap my hands in it. Or yeah, when I stretch them, it's still fine. To work from home, do computer work and stuff. And for the neckline, I was also a little bit in doubt. I did do it as the pattern described. But when I first finished it before blocking, it looked a bit weird on the neck. When I tried it on, when it was laying flat, it looked fine, but when I put it on, it looked a bit weird. And then right after blocking, it was also looking a bit weird, but after wearing it an entire day, it, yeah, relaxed, and yeah, now it looks great, I think. The yarn I've used, and then one other change I made is for the bottom hem. I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, here you can see I'm wearing sweatpants, but I did a split hem, which was not something that was recommended in the pattern, or that was, yeah, part of the pattern. But I just did that myself. Yeah, it's really easy. I just slipped the first stitch and then did regular 1x1 ribbing, back and forth for the front first, and I put the back stitches on hold, and then I picked up the stitches for the back and did the same. and it worked out great. I think it's really nice on this kind of oversized sweater. And I will definitely knit something with a split hem again, because I really like the fit on me. Of course, it depends maybe on the pattern, if it looks good or not. But I think for this one, it's a great alteration. Then the yarn I used is Dererum Natura Gilliat. And I used, for my size large, 4.5 skeins. I did buy 6, because at the time when I bought this yarn, I didn't have a pattern in mind yet. But yeah, I only used 4.5 skeins for this sweater. So when I buy another sweater quantity, I know that I can get away with 5 skeins of yarn for my size. Then this is quite big and oversized. So I have 1.5 skeins left that I can use maybe for color work, because this yarn is really lovely. I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath this, so yeah, it's next to skin soft for me. No itch on my neck. Yeah, it's just a great yarn to work with, and I definitely want to buy more of this yarn, but first I need to get a bit through my stash. But it's definitely on my list. If I look for another sweater to knit, or maybe a cardigan, and it requires Aran weight yarn, then I will definitely keep this in mind, because yeah, it's just really lovely. So the detail here comes out really nicely with blocking. The yarn is, it's a bit heathered, which I really like. Definitely a favorite sweater, and the weather is still cold enough right now to be able to wear it without problem. And when it warms up a bit, I can maybe just wear it outside without a jacket on. So yeah, I can definitely also recommend this pattern, because it was really clearly written, knits up really nicely. It uses short rows here to shape the back, and then you pick up for the front, but yeah, it was really easy. It also uses some short rows on the sleeve here, and I was a bit scared at first of doing that, but actually it's really easy once you get the hang of it. So I definitely, I'm not really scared of short rows anymore. I want to knit more patterns from Ozetta as well, because she has some other lovely designs that I want to make. So yeah, definitely go check her patterns out, and take a look maybe at the Dererum Natura Gilliat if you're looking for an Aran weight yarn. They have some lovely other colors as well, and some great neutrals. So yeah, that's the only finished object that I have here. I also finished my grandma's penny gloves, which is also a purple knit. I will pop in a picture here, because I already gifted them to her a few days ago. And yeah, she immediately put them on, and she's really happy with them. So yeah, that makes me happy as well. And then let's get into my whips. Let's maybe start with my Easter cast-on, because today is Easter Monday, and yesterday I wanted to have a little special cast-on to knit during the day. And I'm knitting something from my spring knitting plans. I'm knitting the Tiptoe Through the Tulip Socks by Stone Knits from this book. I got it, I think, last year in April for my birthday. So yeah, definitely need to make some more patterns from this. And this is what I have so far. So you can see the first row of tulips here. I didn't do one pattern repeat yet, because there's another row. So you can see the first row of tulips here. I think it's really cute already. Love my color combo. This is all just yarn from Stash because I have quite a big sock weight yarn stash. So yeah, I can definitely knit a lot of socks from my stash yarns. And this is so cute. It's really addictive, the color work, it's really easy. So yeah, I only cast this on yesterday. And I did the first part until here, and then this morning I did the green part. The yarns I'm using, this one is Laine Yarns Ozetta, which I also used for other socks before. So yeah, it's a really nice and soft yarn. And then for the flowers, this pink yarn I'm using is from Tolhuis, which is a local yarn store to me. And this is hand-dyed yarn. So you can see a little bit of variegation in the pink here, which I really like. And then this contrast color, the green for the leaves, is the Mindful Creators yarn. This is a mini skein from the mini skein set that she had for her fall collection. And yeah, I think they all go really great together. The contrast is good. And the blue kind of mimics the sky, and then you have the colorful flowers. So yeah, really looking forward to having these socks for next Easter. And then maybe we can continue with some other socks. I picked up this sock again, which is just a basic vanilla sock that I took on my trip to London with me. This is West Yorkshire Spinners 4-ply. And the contrast color is some Laine Yarns Melonweight. Lana Grossa Melonweight. Yeah. That matches quite well with this yarn. And yeah, I've not done too much. I just put in the heel, and now I'm slowly decreasing for the gusset. Yeah, just working on these. Now that I've done the heel, I can just easily take this with me and just knit some stockinette on the train or whatever. Yeah. And then another sock I worked on this month. I will only be talking about the things that I worked on. I have more whips than I will show today, but yeah, I'll only talk about the ones I worked on during the month of March. The next sock is this one. These are my Aviva socks. I already finished the first one last year because this was a test knit, so it's blocked and all. And yeah, these are supposed to be my spring socks, so I want to finish those. I want to get this done this month, preferably before my birthday, so I can maybe wear them if the weather is nice. So yeah, I'm now just ready to put in the heel, so I might do that today or this week because I have a week off work. So I hope to have plenty of knitting time and maybe for some other crafts as well. So yeah, be sure to follow me on Instagram if you wanna see an update of my daily knitting or crafting. So yeah, wanna work on this the coming month. The yarn I'm using, by the way, is from Olivia&Oliver fibers. I think it's called Apple Blossom. And a random mini skein for the contrast here it's also by Olivia&Oliver fibers. It was from a mini skein set. So that's all for socks. Let's now move into garments. And one of the garments I've been working on this month is my Soufflé by Laura Penrose. And this is what I have so far. So this month I decided to pick this up again because I cast it on 2 years ago, in May I think, because I bought the yarn for my birthday. And yeah, it's been hibernating for a while just because I didn't feel like knitting on it and I had so many other whips. But now I want to get this finished so I can wear it because it's really lovely, super soft. I'm using the recommended Laine Yarns lace in this beautiful blue color. And so yeah, I want to just work a bit on the body here and there. And this is my progress marker from where I was last time. So I really did a good bit of the body this month. And yeah, I have 2 skeins here that I'm holding together. And once I finish this tiny bit, I will probably pick up for the neckline and do the I-cord edging first and then maybe a sleeve. And yeah, and then I'll see if I do the other sleeve and then finish the body later. And of course I still need to do the beautiful frill that goes along the entire yoke. But this is so light and airy, the yarn is so soft. Yeah, this would be a great blouse to wear to parties or just to work. Yeah, looking forward to hopefully having this finished by end of spring this year, as I talked about in my spring knitting plans. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here for you to watch. Another whip you've seen before that I've been working on the past month is my Stick Season sweater by Rebecca Clow, the Creabea, here on YouTube. And yeah, I didn't make too much progress since my main focus was finishing this sweater, and then I picked up my Soufflé, did a bit on this, and I also have a new cast-on that I will show you. But this is what I have. It's starting to look like a sweater, right? If you only see this part. I need to pick up the neckline. I think that's something I will do once. I need to pick up the neckline. I think that's something I will do once I finish the yoke part and connecting the round for the body. But I'm getting there. It needs a bit more length on the front, and then I can connect in the round. This has some really lovely details here at the back. Yeah, this is gonna be a really nice sweater. It's really squishy here with this textured knit and purl stitch. Last time I showed you, I think I had just connected the front here in the round for the neckline. So yeah, if I just knit a bit on it every day, then I will hopefully have this connected in the round by next podcast and done the color to make it look a bit more like a sweater. I'm knitting the size 5 for me, and I'm using Drops Daisy. But yeah, everything is also on the Ravelry page for this project, as is for the other projects I'm showing. And then the last whip or active whip I have here to show you is something from my spring knitting plans. And I'll show you the swatch once more. This was originally in my winter knitting plans, but then I transferred it to my spring knitting plans since this is a very light and airy sweater. I'm knitting the Lento sweater from Laine magazine. And yeah, I'm using some hand-dyed Suri by the Mindful Creators. Holding that with a strand of Woolyknit merino. And I'm alternating skeins. So I have 4 skeins here. So this is what I have so far. The start of the yoke. This knits up really quickly as it's on 6mm needles. And yeah, it's not really easy to show. It's a bit scrunched up right now, but I hope you can see the beautiful fabric. It's quite open and airy, which I think makes it a great spring sweater. And the Suri and merino will keep you nice and warm when it's windy. I'm knitting this size 3 for this pattern. And yeah, so far I've just followed the pattern as is. I will be knitting the sleeves longer as I think it's quarter length sleeves in the pattern. But I just want to do full length sleeves because I have enough yarn, I think. And after doing the short rows, I started alternating skeins to not have pooling or, so that it's not visible when I switch to a new skein and then there's this strange line or the colors look a bit different since, with hand-dyed yarn, that's a possibility. Really loving this fabric. It's really subtle, but it really gives some more dimension. I think this will be a lovely sweater. And it knits up quite quickly. I do have to sit at my desk because, to switch around the skeins for the alternating skeins. But it's a really nice knit so far. Okay, that's it for all my active whips. And now I will move into acquisitions. I did order some pre-order yarn this month, but it hasn't arrived yet. So I will show you in future episodes when it arrives. But I did place an order for at one of the Belgian yarn stores I like for the new Laine magazine. I wanted to get this one because there was an interesting article about just some knitting statistics. It's called What We Knit Now. And I wanted to read that article, and it also has some really nice patterns, like the one on the cover here is really nice. There's also one here by Rebecca Clow. If I can find. Or a nice scarf by Lily Kate Makes. Or this textured sweater. It's also really nice. This one. That's the design by Rebecca Clow. Don't think I'm ready for this kind of all over colorwork in a sweater yet. But I do want to knit this someday. And I just wanted to get this magazine in print. It's always nice to have as a coffee table book. And I like just to flick through it from time to time. That's what I got. So I got that one, and then I also got a little bit of yarn for probably a summer project. I I wanted to try out the Filcolana Merci. And I chose this beautiful green, of course. But it's like a pistachio green. I don't know if this has a color name. No. Yeah, really like this color. And yeah, so the Filcolana Merci is superwash merino, 50% and then 50% Pima cotton. And 50 grams has 200 meters, so it's a fingering weight yarn. I got 5 skeins, and I think I will knit a fingering weight t-shirt with this, probably during the summer. I think this will be really nice. It's super soft, so it will be no problem to have this next to skin. And yeah, since it's fingering weight, it will be light and breezy, but still hold its shape really nicely with the merino in it. So yeah, excited to try this out. So that's it for this episode. I do plan on filming a cardigan video where I list a few cardigans that I want to make in the coming year or years that I think would make great staple cardigans for year round. I didn't get to film it last month, but yeah, that's definitely on the agenda for this month. And yeah, I hope you had a lovely Easter weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!